Hi, it's Larua Graye from Gration, and today, the day after Valentine's Day, I would like to address what I think is a big obstacle to getting into our hearts, and that is our pericardium. The pericardium is the bag around your heart, this protective bag of connective tissue. But before I jump right into Gration, I want to just explain very quickly what Gration is. So Gration is a form of meditation that brings awareness all the way down to the level of your cells and your tissues and your organs. Where typical meditation brings awareness to your breath, this goes deeper into your body, bringing awareness to your cells and your tissues and your organs, which is phenomenal for anyone, but really powerful if you're dealing with any kind of condition. And I mean conditions such as an acute muscle cramp and moving right into that muscle and bringing awareness and consciousness right to the muscle. All the way to an actual chronic condition like diabetes or hypothyroidism. So Gration brings you into your physiology and helps you embody and the benefits to moving that stagnation and shifting the health in the areas where the condition is focused is really powerful. Okay. So why the day after Valentine's? So the heart gets so much attention on Valentine's Day, but there's actually, I should probably have done this the day before Valentine's, which is how do you get into your heart? You've got to move through your pericardium. And the pericardium is, like I said, it's this protective bag that goes all around your heart. It stitches your heart into your thoracic chamber, and it's stitched to your heart. And then it's also right over here, I've actually blown it up on my drawing, showing that it has 2 layers, and then in the middle it has fluid. So it acts like it's built like a shock absorber, and so your heart can get jostled around. But most important is that it's connective tissue, and one of the things that is very apparent to me about connective tissue is, first of all, the term connective. It is about connectivity. It is where we find connection to ourself. It's where we find connection to others, is through that connective tissue, our fascia, all of that, because our nervous system runs through and messages to our connective tissue on so many levels. So this grid of connective tissue that's wrapped around your heart can be filled with old somatic memories, really old emotional things. So moving in and finding out those areas, the places that without you even knowing, for instance, I've got these thin areas on the left side of my pericardium, the left side of my heart, and some thin areas on the front as well. Which are really, I can feel them and see sort of when I'm down there kind of surveying the area, that those are vulnerable areas. But the pieces that actually struck me when I was in kind of looking at my pericardium were the really tough, thicker parts. They like appeared like the callus on my elbows. That it was just thick, and I could see that I had built up these defenses, that there were emotions stuck in there. One of them, I remember this one where I had this experience of kind of moving in and using my awareness to massage one of these calloused, thicker parts of my pericardium, and it sort of popped out this really, really deep fear that I had of my stepfather, who was a wonderful man, but he was giant. I think he was like 6'1" and silent, and that just had this way of moving through our home that was really scary to this little tiny girl that I was. And so when I would meet big silent men, before I even had the thought, I mean, they didn't really even remind me of my stepfather, but the clenching in my heart. So when I went into my pericardium and actually found that and was able to massage it and talk to my pericardium, which was really tough and defended at that point. I mean, it would he'd talk smack to me when I would come down and talk to him, like, you're not getting near this heart. And he also had a lot of judgment about my heart. My pericardium did. So anyway, just smoothing that out and releasing those emotions was amazing, absolutely amazing. And I really, that is the biggest piece, is that once you can move through and release these somatic memories in your pericardium, your heart can flow. You can move in and out, and your heart itself flows. Okay, so the steps, they're so simple. First thing is just ground down into your body, and then find your awareness right in your heart, and let that be whatever it is. Use your imagination and really just be present. You know, you can sort of fall and land on the muscle, or swim around in the blood, whatever works for you. You be you and just do it, and just find yourself in your heart. And then feel your presence and feel what it feels like. You know, is it a naive heart? Is it a soft heart? Is it an expansive heart? What does it feel like? And then after that, after you've sort of related to your heart, move back out to your pericardium, and with no judgment, survey your pericardium like you're flying over it, kind of like there's an earthquake scene and you're looking for the fault lines and the areas that the earth has cracked. And look for thin areas and look for thick areas, and then allow the emotions to really move out of you. Really just see what's there with no judgment. And then after you do that, bring and kind of connect the pericardium back to your heart, and let your heart fill and inform your pericardium. That's the most amazing piece, is that our heart is like the kindergartner in us. You know, it has the greatest intelligence. The adult part of us can get really screwed up. So when the heart can actually inform the pericardium that, you know, it's really just about flow, and that's just so amazing. So anyway, those are the steps. Next year I will do this before Valentine's Day so that you can have a more open heart. But if you didn't get a Valentine's, then maybe you need this now, today. So also check out any of the other videos on the YouTube, on the Gration YouTube page, or visit metagration.com. We've got some great free Gration, and you can also check out my site at Larua Graye and just see what I'm up to. Thanks so much. Have a great day, and don't forget to love yourself and your pericardium. Bye-bye.